It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor Report, Rumor Report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
But before we get into that, I do want to give a rest in peace to a friend of all of ours, Hovain.
Man.
It was a post on his page yesterday. It is with deep regret that we message to all family, friends, and colleagues that Jonathan Hovain Hilton passed away while at his home on Friday, November 25th. He was a beloved and devoted father, husband, son, brother, and a proud Brooklyn representative. He's a veteran hip-hop manager. He was president of management at Cinematic Music Group, and he's worked with, managing Styles P, Cameron, Jim Jones. He's worked with T-Pain. He managed Young Guru, so a lot of people were paying tribute to him. Yep, Lloyd Banks. And so rest in peace and our condolences to his family.
Man, I love that brother Hovain, man. I have not fully processed that. They even have the words to express. But yes, sending healing energy to Kim and his whole family. Love
Absolutely.
you, my brother.
Very sad. Good brother. Really good brother.
All right, now let's discuss Blair Underwood. He was on the red carpet at the 50th International Emmy Awards, and he was there with his new fiance. So congratulations to them. They've actually been friends for 41 years. Now, he did get divorced last year, so he announced that he was getting divorced on Instagram. His ex-wife, Desiree DaCosta, they were married for 27 years. So I guess last year that happened, and then he ended up getting engaged to his best friend. He posted, "My personal highlight was walking the red carpet with my new fiance, Josie Hart, the most amazing, brilliant, beautiful, hilarious, thought-provoking, and insightful person I know who continuously lives life out loud. The future is crazy bright, girl. None of us ever know where God will guide our paths. She's had my back since before I even became an actor, when a 41-year friendship slaps you in the back of the head and blossoms into romance." Now, I saw a lot of people on social media talking about this, just because they were friends for so long. They were friends all throughout his marriage, but then now I guess he's found his soulmate, and that person could have been the person who was best friends with you for all this time. 41 years is a long friendship.
That's a great conversation and a great topic, because in a lot of relationships, a lot of people don't want, the other sex or, somebody from the other sex being a friend or being that close, because they feel like, you never know what'll happen. So
now, I saw somebody posted
conversation
under it, the Blair Underwood story is making me crack up because I know for a fact at least one or two of my exes was side-eyeing me for marrying the girl best friend I told them not to worry about. One of my exes actually commented, "Finally," under our picture on IG. All right, now Jennifer Lopez has announced This Is Me Now, 20 years after her original Ben Affleck-inspired album, This Is Me Then. So coming full circle, 20 years to the day of This Is Me Then, she now has a new album, This Is Me Now. And
So does Ben Affleck get executive producer credits on these projects?
Maybe he doesn't need
he's
them.
the inspiration?
It's a reflection of her life, and she recreated the album cover. She said, "This Is Me Then is my favorite album I've ever done so far." And so I guess now we can get ready for This Is Me Now. That's amazing. See how people can end up back together after having been together back then? All right, now let's talk about Kanye West meeting with Donald Trump. Donald Trump has even said that now that Kanye West is a seriously troubled man who just happens to be black. He was roasted for a meeting this week with Kanye and also with a white nationalist, Nick Fuentes, both of whom are under fire right now for remarks that they've made. Here is what Kanye West had to say about his campaign. And according to Kanye, he also had asked Donald Trump to be his vice president.
Goes into the story about all that he went through to get Alice Johnson out of jail and how he didn't do it for Kim, but he did it for me. But then he goes on to say that Kim is a you could tell her I said that. And I was thinking, that's the mother of my children. Since we know, and all the Christians in America that love Trump know that Trump is a conservative, we're going to demand that you hold all policies directly to the Bible. When Trump started basically screaming at me at the table, telling me I was going to lose, has that ever worked for anyone in history?
You're going to lose. Tell him he's going to lose.
I'm like, well, hold on, Trump. You're talking to Ye.
Now, Donald Trump went on his Truth Social and said, "So I help a seriously troubled man who just happens to be black, yay, Kanye West, who has been decimated in his business and virtually everything else, and who had always been good to me by allowing his request for a meeting at Mar-a-Lago alone so that I can give him very much needed advice." He said Ye then showed up with 3 people, 2 of whom Donald Trump says that he didn't know. Now, other things happening. Kanye West has officially launched his run for presidency. And in his ad, he actually has Vivica Fox's voice.
Yo, Kanye, F you. And I mean that with everything inside of me. We have got to cancel him. And I know we do not try to be in a cancel culture, but we got to hit him in his pockets now because he obviously does not care about the African-American culture.
Now, Vivica Fox responded to this campaign video and said, "Now, darling, if you're going to use a clip featuring me, it should be accurate. I was not happy with you for saying George Floyd wasn't murdered, but thanks for watching my Fox Soul show, Cocktails with Queens, and no two can play that game." So that was her response. Now, there's a lot more going on. We'll get to that in the next Rumor Report. But next up, we do have front page news.
You know what I'm trying to figure out, man?
What's that?
I'm trying to figure out, how do you stop eating sweet potato pie? Like, why is sweet potato pie so good? Out of all the things that are cooked for Thanksgiving, why is sweet potato pie so good and the hardest thing to stop eating?
She just gave you all that information on Blair Underwood, on Kanye West, and all that, and all you could think about is sweet potato pie?
Yeah.
Boy, you better throw them leftovers away today. All right, we got front page news next. What we talking about?
Yes, and we'll be talking about a 12-year-old was killed and 5 teenagers were injured. This was a shooting that happened Saturday night in Atlantic Station in Atlanta.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club.